and welcome to the Sports Sit-Down. My name is Sine Singani, and I'm your host for today. This is our second showing, and I'm glad you can join us for today, as this show will be all about football. So with that being said, let me introduce to you my panelists for today. To my right, I have Kieran Costa, and to my left, I have Tyler Flynn. So, I know some of you guys may be viewing this on the next week, but as of now, 26 teams will kick off their NFL season tomorrow, and I'm ecstatic. So let's start with the NFL, shall we, guys?
Yep.
So let's go. The NFL kicked off a few days ago on Thursday. The New England Patriots played the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was a shocker to some people, but NFL season always brings new surprises. And I know today we have surprises in store for you guys with our predictions. So let's go. Division by division breakdowns done by us. So guys, let's start with the AFC North. Kieran, what do you think?
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers at 12-4 taking that division. Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, I think, can lead that team to another playoff berth.
Tyler, go ahead.
I also have the Steelers. I think the killer bees between Brown, Bell, and Big Ben, I think they can easily dominate that division. I have them at 11-5 record.
Yeah, I also have to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Antonio Brown, Big Ben, and Le'Veon Bell. That is just too explosive and powerful. I think the Baltimore Ravens can come close, but I don't know. All right, so let's go with the AFC West. Tyler, let's start out with you.
I have the Chiefs and the Raiders with the same record at 11-5, but I have the Chiefs winning the tiebreaker and winning that division easily. I think with Tyreek Hill and Alex Smith, that's a dynamic duo, and they can easily take over the playoffs and their division.
Kieran, go ahead.
I think this is definitely the hardest division in all of the AFC, but I have the Oakland Raiders winning it with Amari Cooper, Derek Carr, and Beast Mode now back from Seattle. I think this team can definitely make a playoff run.
Yeah, I have to also go with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are just too good to me. They have really explosive offense in Tyreek Hill and company, and also they have it on both sides. Oakland Raiders can come close, but let's be honest, I think that defense is very unreliable. All right, guys, let's get to the great AFC East. Excuse me. Who do you have, Kieran?
I got, no surprise here, but I got the New England Patriots at 13-3, even after losing first game of the season against the Chiefs. I think Brady, Gronkowski, this team is just way too good and not even playing in that hard of a division.
Tyler?
I also have the Patriots. I mean, never going to go against a Belichick-Brady combo. I think the loss on opening day was the best thing for them. Get their egos right and hopefully can pull out a nice winning streak to end the year.
Yeah, I think it's very obvious, guys. Patriots are just too good. I think you guys knocked it. I think this division is so weak, it's very easy for the Patriots to win. So now let's go to the AFC South. This division includes the Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Tennessee Titans. Tyler, who do you have?
I have the Houston Texans winning this, barely just by a game over the Colts, but I think if Deshaun Watson can get right, I think they have a dynamic defense, J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. I think they can easily win this division.
Kieran, sorry.
I agree with Tyler. I got the Houston Texans. I think getting J.J. Watt back will be great for this team, and Jadeveon Clowney is always amazing on defense.
I actually have to go with the Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota is going to take that big leap. He has Corey Davis or Dory Jackson, new weapons all around him. DeMarco Murray's, of course, there. It's kind of hard to go against the Texans because it's Hurricane Harvey stuff. But, hey, Tennessee Titans, hopefully they can make it to the playoffs. Definitely looking forward to that. Now let's go to the NFC. Personally, I think this is the more exciting division, guys. I think this has more firepower, more explosive players. So let's start with the NFC North. Tyler, who will you pick out of this division?
I have the Packers winning this division. I mean, I'm not going against the Aaron Rodgers era right now. Got Jordy Nelson, a couple good great wide receivers. I think there's no way anyone else in that division can challenge them.
I have also the Green Bay Packers Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy, and I have so much faith in this team. I'm predicting right now they'll go to the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I have the Packers too. They're too good. With a new offense, new look. So yeah, let's get it with the AFC West.
I have the Arizona Cardinals winning that. Carson Palmer, David Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald. I think they'll edge out the Seahawks and take the NFC West.
By AFC, I meant NFC West. Excuse me. Tyler, go ahead.
I also have the Cardinals. I also picked David Johnson to get MVP. I think with his help and Carson Palmer's arm, I think they can easily pull off this division. I don't think the Seahawks will threaten them at all.
Yeah, I have to go. It's tough to go against the Seahawks for me. Arizona Cardinals do have a little bit of firepower, but Seahawks just have simply a great defense. So, guys, let's go with the NFC East. This is the toughest division in football. Every year there's been a new winner. They have the Cowboys, the Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Washington Redskins. Tyler, we'll go with you first. Who do you have winning in this division?
I have the Cowboys winning. I mean, Dak's coming off his rookie year where he made great improvements. I think he'll be even better this year. Depending on the Zeke situation, I think they can still get things figured out in time, make a nice playoff push.
I agree with Tyler. I have Dallas winning with Prescott, and Elliott now looks like he will be playing the whole season. And I think that team, those two young, strong players can lead this team to winning the East.
Yeah, I have to go with the Cowboys. It's between the Cowboys and the Giants, and I have to go with the Cowboys. Honestly, the Cowboys just have too many good offensive players, and the offensive line is always so dominant. Then let's go to the NFC South, the last division we have to cover for our predictions. I'm very dicey on this division, but what do you guys think?
I have the Atlanta Falcons, made it to the Super Bowl last year. I think after that loss, they'll just be even more hungry. They'll really, really want that division. And after that kind of loss, you have to come out really, really strong the next season.
Yeah, it's super tough. There's a lot of things called there's a thing called the Super Bowl hangover, so we might have to watch out for that for the Atlanta Falcons. Tyler, who do you have winning the NFC South?
I have the Falcons. I agree with Kieran. I mean, the Super Bowl loss is definitely going to drive them this year. But I do have them with the same record as the Carolina Panthers, and I think they will win the tiebreaker, though.
Okay, I have the Falcons also at 9-7. Guys, I just think it's really horrible that every time a team loses the Super Bowl, they always project them to not make the playoffs, have a terrible year, and that usually is true, sadly. But I think the Atlanta Falcons can overgo that rule, as you could say, and because I simply just don't believe in Super Bowl hangovers. So that was our NFL predictions. NFL season will start soon. I'm super looking forward to that. And so now let's move on to some NBA news. So, a few weeks ago, Kyrie Irving went to the Boston Celtics for a humongous package of Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Ante Zizic, the 2018 Nets first rounder, and a 2020 second rounder. This was not only big for the Celtics or the Cavaliers, but also for the NBA, as it kind of reshapes everything in the Eastern Conference. So, who won this trade? Tyler, who won it?
I think for sure the Celtics won. I mean, they needed that superstar. They got that superstar in Kyrie and Gordon Hayward in the offseason. I think he can easily lead them to pass the Cavs and into the finals. I mean, threaten the Warriors. But I think if they really want to threaten the Warriors, they could make a deal for Anthony Davis, acquire him, maybe trade some more assets. And I think if they get that, they're definitely finals bound and better than the Warriors, I'd say.
Well, I agree with Tyler. I do have the Celtics winning the trade. I'm not saying that the Cavs didn't get a lot in that trade. I think it was a great trade for both teams. Isaiah Thomas, great point guard right there. Not as good as Kyrie Irving, but I think if they can get two really good players in the draft with their two picks, I think who they get in the draft will really even out the trade or not. If they get a superstar that could be even better than Kyrie Irving in the trade, that would just give them the edge.
I'm going to straight up disagree with both of you guys. The Cavaliers got the best they could possibly get out of Kyrie Irving. So one, you got an all-star. Isaiah Thomas is still on the rise. He's 5'9", he's small, he's a defensive liability. Whatever. I absolutely do not care because Isaiah Thomas is the best Kyrie Irving replacement. Then they got Jay Crowder, a stud. I think he's like a 6'8", like their best defensive player right now on other than LeBron James on this Cavaliers roster. He can guard from 1 through 5, really. Then they get this 2018 Nets pick, which I believe they're going to trade it to some other megastar to bring to Cleveland. I just think for the Celtics, they lost too much. They got Kyrie Irving, but then they lost their best defender, their best scorer, and like now I believe they have some defensive liabilities. I mean, Kyrie Irving is already not the best defender, and on top of that, they lost their other good defender. So I don't like this trade for the Celtics at all.
But now basketball is like all about a big three. Do you think Isaiah Thomas, LeBron James, and Kevin Love can come up against Durant, Clay, and Curry in the finals?
Not at all. I think IT said it himself the best, right? He wants the Brinks trucks, meaning that he wants like a lot of cash. So it's not going to be a long engagement between Isaiah Thomas and LeBron James. Tyler, do you have any?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, and especially about LeBron James leaving and stuff. If they do want to keep him in Cleveland, there's no way they let these two assets pass by. They got to get a trade. Someone. Yeah. I don't even Carmelo Anthony. That'd be a guy they could target. Someone to keep LeBron in Cleveland.
Yeah, LeBron decision is looming. Also, this Nets first-round pick can also result in another trade. We may be seeing something. We don't know. Let's see. So, whatever our thoughts may be on the Cavs and Celtics, the biggest thing is that they do face off on opening night. Interesting game, and we'll see how LeBron matches up with his former teammate Kyrie Irving, and we'll deal with this whole situation. So let's get back to the NFL now. Let's get some awards going. Who's winning MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year? All sorts of awards handed out at the end of the year. We're just at the start, the tip of the year. Any sleepers to watch out for? Tell me something about this NFL season that I need to be excited for. I'm already excited. Make me more excited, Kieran.
I mean, I got my MVP as Aaron Rodgers. I think he has Jordy Nelson there. I think he can have a breakout season. I mean, not like he's had a bad career, but in even more of a breakout season and just throw the ball all over the field. I got my defensive MVP in Von Miller. He's just a defensive beast. He's definitely the best defender on the Broncos, maybe in all of the NFL, but I have him as my defensive player. My defensive rookie of the year, I have Jamal Adams out of LSU. He's a safety. He was the 6th overall pick to the Jets. I think he can, if he gets a strong start, and he can just become a very, very good NFL player. My offensive rookie of the year, I have to go with Christian McCaffrey. You saw him at Stanford. He was really, really good. I think he can convert that into NFL stardom right there.
All right. For the MVP, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. As you said, really good quarterback. David Johnson's my offensive player of the year. He's just too good on the rushing attack. He's super powerful. J.J. Watt is my defensive player of the year. J.J. Watt is amazing. And also, Houston's pretty motivated this year. Rookie of the year for me, offensive side, is got to be Leonard Fournette. I think a lot of people think he'll match the success that Ezekiel Elliott had in Dallas. I don't know about that, but I think he's a pretty good player. And then Reuben Foster of the San Francisco Niners. The Niners really got a steal in that one, and he also has to work off with Navarro Bowman, who's a really good player, all-pro linebacker. And so, yeah, and also my sleeper for this year is Marcus Mariota. That guy, no one really talks about Tennessee that much because it's a small city, I guess, and Marcus Mariota can really make a rise to become one of the top 10 quarterbacks if he already isn't. Tyler, what are your award predictions?
I got to go with MVP David Johnson. I mean, last year, total 20 touchdowns. I think this year he'll break out even more. I think he'll become the elite star that everyone was expecting. Then for Offensive Rookie of the Year, I got to go with Christian McCaffrey. I think he lit up college football. I think he can easily light up the NFL. You saw it in, like, practices, just juking Luke Kuechly all over the place. Then I got Defensive Rookie of the Year, Solomon Thomas, local good. He destroyed offensive lines in college. I think he can. I think he has the strength to do it in the NFL, to be honest. Defensive Player of the Year, Luke Kuechly, super good linebacker. He's everywhere on the field, goes wherever the ball goes, makes so many plays for that team. Then for my player to watch would be Landon Collins, coming off a super strong year last year for the New York Giants. I think he can continue that and really help them, hopefully, maybe make it into the playoffs this year.
Tyler, who do you have for Coach of the Year? I have Mike McCarthy of the Green Bay Packers. I think that's going to be a really strong team this year.
You know, I got to go with Andy Reid. I mean, that team is built. Like, they have pretty much everything it takes. I mean, the injury to Eric Berry, that's going to really set them back a lot. But if they had kept Eric Berry healthy, I think, to be honest, I think they're a threat to the Patriots and maybe even threat to winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe. Well, they already beat the New England Patriots, as you guys remember from Thursday. So now let's move on to our special 3 things segment, where while I will say 3 special news from the week, and you guys will then, of course, discuss it, pick your favorite, whatever you guys want to do with the piece of news that I say. All right, so here we go. Number 1, Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, recently said that about why Kaepernick is not signed. He said, "I don't know. I'm not a football expert," which is kind of shady if you ask me. Next, he said safety Eric Berry sadly ruptured his Achilles and is out for another year. He beat cancer. He got a torn ACL, and he had high ankle sprain problems, and now he's out for the whole year once again. This is going to be the 4th season he's missed out of his 7-year career. Then, lastly, Isaiah Thomas thinks that the Celtics did not get better this year with that trade. I know Kieran has some feelings about it. So, Kieran, what do you think about those 3 pieces of news? Pick your favorite.
I mean, Isaiah Thomas said he was surprised at the trade. Like, you have to be at least be in your head, like somewhere in your head, thinking if you're a superstar on a good team, when you hear that Kyrie's gonna be traded, you always have to thinking maybe it's me. Like, that has to be in your mind somewhere. He says Boston didn't get better. I completely disagree. I think that team got a lot better because I think Kyrie Irving can help them more than Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, Tyler?
Let's start off with Kaepernick. I think, for about half the teams in the NFL, he can definitely be a backup quarterback, maybe even start for some of them. And you saw it. He was on the verge of getting traded to the Ravens, but then obviously his girlfriend sent out the thing about Ray Lewis, and that whole thing blew up. So I think he'll definitely get a job sometime soon.
For Eric Berry, For Eric Berry, I just have to feel a little sorry for him. I just had to say that. I just couldn't hold that in. Eric Berry is someone that, is such a good NFL safety. I know you love him. You really want he thinks he's one of the best safeties in the league. And I think Eric Berry is definitely one of the best safeties in the league. And when you see him getting injured over and over again, he beat cancer, he got a torn ACL, all these things are so hard for him, yet he still continues to fight. So we have to move on, unfortunately, with this. So now let's get to our last discussion, as we are just about set for NFL season, as I keep saying throughout the show. Let's talk about these 2 things together. Ezekiel Elliott, news just came in yesterday that he will play for the full NFL season, because some laws change in Texas. I don't know what goes on in Texas, but so that happened. And also, what teams do you guys think that you must have on a watch this year? They're a must-watch team.
A must-watch team for me is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think they'll make it to the playoffs because they're playing in a really strong division with Atlanta, Carolina, and the New Orleans Saints. But I really like this team. Maybe even in the future, they still have they're still a pretty young team with Jameis Winston, Brent Grimes, and Evans. So I'm gonna go with my team to watch as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I just think it's a mess down in Texas. Like, I don't even know what's going on there. Hurricane Harvey, all that stuff, and Ezekiel Elliott, I think he should be suspended for some time. Maybe not 6 games, but I think for the stuff he did, he definitely shouldn't be playing this full NFL season.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, definitely got to be a consequence for that. I mean, however long it is, just has to be something applied to that. But my team to watch would be the Arizona Cardinals. I think Chandler Jones got traded last year from the Patriots. I think he'll have a breakout year this year. Like I said, David Johnson, I think he'll be the star he's supposed to be. And I think Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald can easily lead that team to playoffs and hopefully more.
So I guess it's safe to say that Tyler's going all in on the Arizona Cardinals. So for me, I have to put the Eagles as my team to watch. They're my favorite team. And Carson Wentz, we hope down in Philadelphia that he does better and better as the years go on. He's a young QB and he's developing, and he also has Alshon Jeffrey now, LeGarrette Blount. We stole him from the Patriots, I guess. And I think the whole Ezekiel Elliott situation is really annoying me. And this is why I picked the Philadelphia Eagles to watch, because let's say he gets suspended for some time. This is just an if. And the Dallas Cowboys will, of course, lose some games if he sits out. The Eagles maybe can sneak up to that number 2 spot and maybe grab a wild card. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just a hopeful fan here. So, yeah, but I just think that whole situation's nuts. Like, Texas, the Texas law that they just, like, created out of nowhere, I don't even want to read what's going on. I still think he should be suspended. 6 games, 2 games, whatever it is. I agree with Tyler, what he said, that he should at least be suspended for some time. Well, I guess that will do it for our discussion. So now let's get to the last wrangle. Each of you guys have 30 seconds to talk. No interruptions. 30 seconds. You're on the clock as we are just about counting down to final minutes of our show. So 30 seconds, no interruptions. Tyler, we'll start with you. You're on the clock. 30 seconds, whatever you want about
I
sports.
got to go tonight, Stanford, USC, playing at USC. But I think 2 powerhouse teams. I think Stanford can maybe pull up this huge upset. Sam Darnold is definitely a star quarterback, but I think the defense of Stanford can really give him a threat.
I just want to talk about the Cleveland Indians. They're battling for the best record in the American League, which will give them home field advantage and will only have to play the wild card team in the MLB playoffs. Just earlier today, about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, they won game number 17 straight. They've just been dominant for the last 2.5 weeks, won 17 in a row. That is rarely been done. Lindor, Ramirez, Kluber, that team is really, really good, and I want to see what they can do in October this year, and maybe even back-to-back World Series.
Okay, so I guess for my last 30 seconds, I would like to say that the NFL is starting up. I know I kind of touched on this last show too, that the best player in the market is still Colin Kaepernick, and I really desperately want him signed. I know some people are very against it, but I mean, hey, NFL season brings a couple of things: surprises, just the rush of excitement, and also you get like this pride because like for your team, like it gets aggressive out there. A lot of fans and stuff get really excited and charged up. So I think if Kaepernick gets signed, I think like NFL will have a new thing to look forward to now. I mean, I think it's also good like for people to know that okay, he can make mistakes, but at the end of the day, we all believe in second chances. The other thing that I want to say is that tomorrow, I know I'll be glued in front of my TV to watch Week 1 of the NFL. I'm pretty excited. This is going to be a very exciting season, and as we also go through October, baseball players will start. Some of the better times of baseball,
Yep.
Especially here. We have not been getting good baseball for the Giants and the A's, and I think that's it. So, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching D-Sports Sit Down. I'm Sine Sangani, checking out along with Kieran and Tyler with our wonderful crew. Thank you guys for watching and have a good day.